Welcome to Missing Kids TV. This is episode number 60, the big 60. For many of you, this may be the very first time that you are listening to this program. My name is Steve. I am the host of MKTV. We have branched out to Spreaker, and we are linked to YouTube as well, so we are simulcasting over many places and many different things. What is it that you are listening to? This is Missing Kids TV. I am an advocate for the missing and for justice. I have helped many people over the years. I have been doing this since 2007. I have solved many cases. I have helped reunite missing people with their loved ones, and I am very happy to do it. What we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about the James Edelen case. That's E-D-E-L-E-N. That is a criminal, and we're going to check him out. If you've never heard this show before, I'm going to enlighten you. This show likes to mold itself in the theme of America's Most Wanted. We try to reunite the missing. We try to locate fugitives. We have done so in the past. We have received many tips, and we have brought many people to justice, and we have reunited people. I have personally reunited people and brought them home. What makes me qualified to be the host of MKTV? I am a former crisis line operator. I have been doing this for well over 5 years now. I'm in so many different places all over the web. You can Google Missing Kids TV, find out some of the projects that I've done over the many years. That, in my opinion, cements my, legacy, so to speak, as a advocate here. So I'm not just some flash in the pan. I have a proven track record here. So, with that being said, where can you find me? You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/missingkidstv. You can find me on YouTube, where I am streaming live right now at youtube.com/missingkidstv. You can find me on Spreaker, obviously, at spreaker.com/user/missingkidstv. I'm on Tout. I'm on Twitter at MKTV Tweets. I'm all over the place. Just Google me. You can find me. I am. If you're a long time listener, I would like to say thank you. For being there for me, and for sticking through it. This I'm going to break one of my cardinal rules, and I'm going to say that this particular show, in my opinion, is not going to be up to par. In my opinion, you should never ever go on the air and say that your show is not good. But in this particular case, I'm going to say that only because I have been so busy working on so many cases that I have not given this particular episode enough time. But it's been 9 days since I had a proper episode of Missing Kids TV. I played a rerun here like last week, and that was episode 55. But episode 60 is what we're going to do now, and it's live, and it's new, and we're going to cover a fugitive this time around. Now, the format for this show is changing slightly from what it was in the Blog Talk Radio days. Now, I need to explain a few things here, so we're going to go and cue up the background music once again, and I'm going to explain everything to you guys, okay? Now, we've covered the who. My name's Steve. We've covered the what. You're listening to Missing Kids TV. We've covered the where, and now we're going to cover the when, okay? The when is going to be once a week for both the experiment and for Missing Kids TV. And for those that are fans of Political Weather Vane, I have news for you guys. That show might soon be returning. You'll have to stay tuned. That might be a weekly show right here on this channel. But at any rate, my promise to you, the listener, is that you will receive at least one update on the Facebook page every 24 hours. In most cases, you'll receive many updates on the Facebook page at facebook.com/missingkidstv. My promise to you is also that you will receive one episode each week. Sometimes you'll receive more. In the last few weeks, I've done more than one episode. But this particular time, I want to do one episode a week. Each episode will be at least 30 minutes. Okay, sometimes it'll be more, but it'll be at least 30 minutes. I'd like to try to keep it small. I don't want to waste everybody's time and, you know, take up all their entire day. I'm sure you guys have plenty of other things to do. But what you're going to get in each week, we're going to focus on one person or one case, whether it be a fugitive or a missing person or some kind of safety related thing. Like I did a rerun of suicide awareness. We wanted to put suicide awareness out there, so I replayed episode number 55, which was suicide awareness. I did that a few days ago. We did that. So you're going to get one 30-minute episode every week, and the week starts on Sunday mornings and the week ends on Saturday nights. So you're going to get at least one episode right here on Spreaker and right here on YouTube each and every week. Sometimes you might even get more than one. If you're a fan of music, mixes, mashups, that sort of thing, you're going to want to tune into the Spreaker show that I do that is called The Experiment. Okay, show is designed just to have fun. Sometimes doing this sort of thing, listening to the horrors and the tragedies of missing children and fugitives and things like that can be overwhelming for my listeners. So in that regards, I do the experiment to try and make it so that people aren't quite as stressed. So hopefully you will follow along. Hit that follow button. It's a big orange button. You're going to want to hit that. If you're listening to this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Okay? If you're listening to this on Spreaker, hit the follow button. You should be able to see it, follow along, you'll know when these broadcasts are. I have no set schedule. When I was on Blog Talk Radio, I did my show every Friday afternoon. We had a fairly decent audience, but some people were at work, some people couldn't listen to it live. These shows, I have no set time. I'm going to do them when I want to do them, and get them done when I get them done. Okay? If you hit the follow button, and you have an iPod or something like that, it'll automatically update into your streams. You'll get it no matter what. You'll be able to hear every single case, every single fugitive, every single missing person. You'll be able to hear when we capture fugitives, which we have done before. You will be able to hear when a missing person is reunited with their families. We have done that before as well. So you're going to get all the info and everything that you need to know right here. Alright, so what we're going to do, real quick, we're going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to delve into the James Edelen case. I hope you stick around, because we got a lot more coming up right here on MKTV.
This is America's Most Wanted. Good evening, and welcome to another all-new episode of America's Most Wanted, right here on Lifetime. Now, we begin tonight with the heartbreaking story of a friendship tragically torn apart. Marcus Arnold and Corey Blake lived and worked on the tough streets of Flint, Michigan. There, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into pursuing the American dream, opening up their own business together. But little did they know that just a few years ago, the shedding of blood, sweat, and tears would take on a whole new meaning.
Hey, how you doing? What can I get you?
Vodka Rocks. Nice place.
Oh, thank you.
So, who's Arlene?
I have no idea, man. Me and King with the place.
When did you start it?
I didn't. We did.
So you two are partners?
You talk a lot.
I know, sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. We're partners. Saw Marcus Edelen was to own this place. Used to work here as a doorman. Every time I came in, that's all he would talk about, is what he would do once he owned this place.
Thank you, darling. Thank you very much.
Baby, you can have whatever you want.
All right. Big Corey. Nice to see you, brother.
What's up, baby?
Oh, man. Excuse me. Was a fine-looking woman like yourself doing with a clown like this?
You didn't tell me your friend was a mind reader.
I like this one, Corey. I like her. Come on, come on, come on. Okay? Thank you. Hey, Mike. How you always get the bad ones like that? I like to enjoy life, man. I don't work 6 jobs like you. Hey. Well, I'm about to be cutting back to just one. I finally got the place, Corey. You're kidding me. Oh, sir, this is mine. All mine, brother. Now, you can have some of this now if you want to come in on it with me now. Oh, for sure. Let's do this. Are you serious?
You know, that was his dream. So you hear it so many times, you're just like, okay, Marcus, you're going to get our liens. He said, I got it. You showed me the keys. So with few resources, we just was in here literally 24 hours at a time, getting it together so that we could open and pursue our dream.
Here you go, brother. One beer.
I was good with the back office things, and he was great with the people.
Look, Reginald, man, just tell her exactly how you feel.
He just had that quality about himself to where whoever he was dealing with, old, young, no matter the race or whatever, at the end of the conversation, they were like the best friends.
And in the spring of 2009, Marcus's feeling of responsibility to help all of his customers would be put to the test.
Marcus, you better come outside, man. Some dude's beating the crap out of some woman in your parking lot.
So me and Marcus both went outside.
You know I love you, and I would never in my life, I would never, oh my God.
If you ever look at him, you're going to lose both your eyes. You hear me?
Then we saw the guy. I've seen him a couple of times. He's come in the bar, but I didn't know him. And his first comment to us was,
I don't know why they went and got y'all. Hey, me and Monique is working all this out, all right? Man, looks like you the only one handling business, all right? But that's not the kind of business you need to be handling. My face ain't no punching bag out of my business. You on our property, and that makes it our business, man. So you know what? Listen to me. Leave Monique alone. We will forget all of this happened, all right? What makes you think I'm going to listen to you, huh?
he just kept focusing on Marcus.
I'll tell you again, man. Get off my property, man. Take you and your boy. I don't care where you go. Just get the hell out of here, all right? Go.
He pulled 2 guns out his back. When him and Marcus started getting into it.
Now what you got to say for yourself, huh? Same thing. Get the hell off my property. Get out of here, man. Come on. Step, man. Go with your little boyfriend, man. Yes, go with your man. I'll be back. No, you won't be back. I'll be back. Trust me, you won't be back. This is my bar, chump.
Marcus and Corey had diffused what could have been an even more violent situation. While they told James Edelen, ex-con with a violent record, he wasn't welcome at Arlene's anymore, Edelen didn't take the hint.
After we told him that night that he couldn't come back, he came back probably like 3 weeks later.
Look, man, you want to drink in Flint, find another bar. Okay, it's not rocket science we're talking about here. Read the sign. Thank you.
We left. Then he came back again probably not even 2 weeks after that. So by this time, I was frustrated, so I went and I told him, man, look, I told you can't come in here. And he kept asking me why.
Monique's family are regulars up in here. I can't have them knowing I'd serve you after what you did to her. We've got to leave it at that. You telling me what I have to do. That's funny. That's funny.
He didn't like it, but he left. That was the last time we saw him.
Of course they will.
And while Edelen never came back inside Arlene's, he hadn't gone away. It was September 27th, 2009. Corey and Marcus were having an early dinner at a nearby establishment known as the Palm Tree.
Well, no, hold on. I got this. Okay, Mr. Rich, man, you go ahead, man. I got the Dutch one. You better have it. Oh, you going back over there? Yeah, for sure. Give me a few minutes, man. I gotta use the head before I see you over there. All right, man.
He said he was right behind me.
My bad, man. Look who we have here. You again. Me again? Well, hold on, me again. Hey, man, where you going? Don't walk away from me, man. Hey, don't walk away from when I'm talking to you. Do you hear me talking to you? Hey, do not walk away from me. Hey, so you still think I'm not good enough for your place, huh? And look, I kicked you out my block for a reason. Okay, now we are done talking about this. You understand? Understand this. What?
By the time I got back over to our bar, that's when the phone calls started coming in to me about him being shot.
No.
Eddie, what's wrong?
It's Marcus.
Marcus! Oh my God, Marcus!
When I saw his hat, that's when it really hit me. I just fell out on the ground and it's like my whole body went numb. It's almost like I blacked out.
Marcus!
I lost control. I don't know. I never experienced anything like that, so it was rough.
There'll never be another like Marcus, that's for sure.
How about I buy you a drink?
It's the best offer out all day.
Now, I think more of trying to make the business successful because I know that's what he would want me to do, but it's hurtful, you know. He was supposed to be here with me, and we were supposed to succeed together.
To Marcus.
What a really senseless murder. Now authorities say after James Edelen killed Marcus, Edelen informed his cousin that he wasn't done until he killed Corey as well. But Corey still runs Arlene's, and this devoted friend isn't closing up shop anytime soon. As for this punk Edelen, cops say he fled after the murder and could be in Texas, North Carolina, or Georgia. Remember, Edelen has a violent record and is more than likely still armed, so be very careful. But if you know where he is, do the right thing. Make that call. 1-800-CRIME-TV. Let's get Corey and Marcus's family some justice tonight.
You are listening to Missing Kids TV. This is episode number 70. I'm sorry, actually episode number 60. I told you this was not going to be my best episode. But at any rate, this is episode number 60. We're talking about James Edelen. You know, I tell you, we've been pretty busy over at Missing Kids TV here. I went incognito. I went like offline basically for, I want to say 24 hours. Okay, 24 to 48 hours. I went completely offline. I went and I turned off all the computers, all the studios, the whole 9 yards. And yet, during the time that I was off, and I went and I did some personal things and stuff like that. We received 3 tips for 3 separate cases. I received numerous email requests from a lot of people asking about the status of America's Most Wanted, which I'll explain in a few minutes here. And I even personally had someone knock on my front door asking me to help me find their missing cousin, just because they heard through the rumor mill that I did that sort of thing. So even when I'm offline, I still do this stuff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is just a small taste of what advocacy is like, and I'm very glad that you guys are all joining me and listening in on this here. Whether you're listening on YouTube or whether you're listening on Spreaker or some other platform, I really appreciate that. We got 2 affiliate stations and whatnot, so I do appreciate that. In addition to leaving a tip at 1-800-CRIME-TV, you can easily leave a tip at our Facebook page, facebook.com/MissingKidsTV. We'd be more than happy to take your tip. We just took 3 tips over the last week here, and one of them has led to some significant advancements in locating a fugitive. So I can't really divulge too many more details than that. I can say this, that there are cases that Missing Kids TV is working on that certain detectives and police don't even know all the details that we do. Excuse me. I can't really go into all that kind of details there. Give me 10 seconds here. We'll be right back. All right, I'm sorry about that. I don't have all the proper equipment here. We're still in the process of transferring a lot of our sound equipment from Blog Talk Radio over to Spreaker. We have a contract with Spreaker now. It's called an Anchorman contract. We don't yet have all the musical files and things like that transferred over yet. We're in the process of doing that. We're also working on promos and other jingles and things like that, which would be very entertaining. For those of you that are longtime listeners, we should be having Angel coming back shortly. If you don't know who Angel is, just stay tuned. Trust me, you're gonna want to hear from her. She's a good friend of the show here. But she's working on a special project with me, and fingers crossed we'll have it for you in the next episode, in number 61. We'll have that for you. It should be very entertaining and very amusing and somewhat silly. But at any rate, as I mentioned before the break there, a lot of people have been messaging me as to what's going on with America's Most Wanted, that it hasn't been on the air on Lifetime in quite some time. Now, I have a little bit of information on that. I do know that contract negotiations between Fox and Lifetime are still ongoing. It was originally thought that they would be having them resolved come January, but here it is, the middle of January. It's January 17th, 2013, as I broadcast this. For those that may be listening to this on a future rerun, this is when it was originally broadcast, was on January 17th of 2013, at about 3 in the morning, by the way. But at any rate, the contract negotiations for America's Most Wanted is still underway. Will it return? Well, that all kind of debates on money and whether or not they have the proper money to get the proper licensing and stuff like that. But I do have good news, though. John Walsh has come to an agreement with the Lifetime Network that is completely separate from Fox and America's Most Wanted. He has made a new show, which is called John Walsh Investigates. The pilot episode has already been filmed, and anticipating a February debut for this program. The first episode deals with the Skelton case, case of 3 missing boys, I believe from Michigan, off the top of my head, that went missing several years ago, and he's investigating that particular case and bringing a little light to that, much in the same vein that MKTV does, where we focus on one case. I've stopped doing the 2-hour broadcasts, okay? Unless I'm doing some sort of a rerun, all the broadcasts that I'm doing are going to be somewhere in the vicinity of 30 minutes, okay? So we're not going to be doing the big, long, drawn-out things anymore, okay? So just letting y'all know that right now, okay? In this particular case, since I'm informing you of what's going on, we may go like 31, 32, 33 minutes, something like that. But the affiliates, they will adjust accordingly and edit out some commercials and whatnot. But at any rate, we're highly anticipating and looking forward to that particular broadcast come February. That's John Walsh Investigates, the pilot episode dealing with the Skelton case, the young Skelton boys that went missing. I believe there were 3 of them that went missing. So maybe we'll even have a MKTV case about the Skeltons coming up in the future. That's on my to-do list. Along with the Lisa Irwin case is on the to-do list. I've been having a lot of requests to cover the Lisa Irwin case, so we're probably going to be doing that at some point in the future. As it stands right now, we have the Liz Plot Rapist is in the archives, the Jesse Foster case is in the archives, the Ayla Reynolds case is in the archives. If you haven't listened to those, please listen to those. They're on Spreaker. For those of you that are listening on YouTube, go to Spreaker.com/user/MissingKidsTV, and you can hear those episodes. There are other episodes currently on Blog Talk Radio. They won't be there too much longer, so if you haven't heard those, go to blogtalkradio.com/MissingKidsTV. They're not going to be there too much longer, guys. So time's running out. All right, we will be right back, and we will end with my monologue right after this. All right, for those of you that are new to the program, I end every episode of Missing Kids TV with a monologue. Just a few thoughts, a few words, come straight from my heart. 99 out of 100 times, these are not rehearsed. These are just things that I make up off the top of my head. There's no script. It's just feelings and emotions that are coming through to my loyal listeners. And for this time around, I just want to say that over the last year, Missing Kids TV has taken off to levels that I never thought would be possible. In the last year, I know that this program has changed lives. I have saved people from suicide. I have gotten confirmation from police that I have helped save suicidal people that had guns to their heads and were taking pills and things like that. I have done that many, many times. That is one of the reasons why I did my suicide awareness episode, which is number 55. It's in the archives right now on Spreaker.com/user/MissingKidsTV. If you haven't heard it, please go listen to that after this. But I just wanted to take a moment to say that every day I see the impact that this show has, and that the lives that I'm helping to make better. I started this project well over 5 years ago, almost 5.5 years ago now, and it just amazes me with the amount of positive feedback that I get from this show. I really, really enjoy doing this. And I'm very thankful and very glad that you guys are coming along on the ride with me here. Far too often, people take for granted every day. They will, send their kids off to school, or they will, go off to work, never thinking that the unthinkable might occur. For many of us, nothing ever happens. But for those unfortunate few, who may never see their loved ones again. Or even worse, their loved ones may be taken from them. They may be killed. It is my pledge that I will do everything in my power to help reunite the missing and to help bring justice where it is deserved. I will help to bring the fugitives to justice. I will help reunite the missing to their loved ones. It is my hope and my prayer that you will join me in this quest. You will share this episode with your friends and your loved ones. That you will subscribe to this show, that you will follow along, and that you will help make a difference. I know that we can make a difference. In the last 6 weeks that we have been doing this here on Spreaker, I know that it has made a difference. I've had more followers in the last 6 weeks than I've had in the last year. This is taking off to levels that I never thought would take off to before. And you can be a part of that. So stay tuned, guys. We got lots of big plans ahead. All I can say is thank you very much for being a part of Missing Kids TV. I had a proper episode of Missing Kids TV. I played a rerun here like last week, and that was episode 55. But episode 60 is what we're going to do now, and it's live, and it's new. And we're going to cover a fugitive this time around. Now, the format for this show is changing slightly from what it was in the Blog Talk Radio days. Now, I need to explain a few things here. So we're going to go and cue up the background music once again. And I'm going to explain everything to you guys. Okay? Now, we've covered the who. My name's Steve. We've covered the what. You're listening to Missing Kids TV. We've covered the where. And now we're going to cover the when. Okay? The when is going to be once a week for both the experiment and for Missing Kids TV. And for those that are fans of Political Weather Vane, I have news for you guys. That show might be the very first time that you are listening to this program. My name is Steve. I am the host of MKTV. We have branched out to Spreaker, and we are linked to YouTube as well. So we are simulcasting over many, many places and many different things. What is it that you are listening to? This is Missing Kids TV. I am an advocate for the missing and for justice. I have helped many, many people over the years. I have been doing this since 2007. I have solved many cases. I have helped reunite missing people with their loved ones, and I am very happy to do it. What we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about the James Edelen case. That's Edelen. That is a criminal, and we're going to check him out. If you've never heard this show before, I'm going to enlighten you. This show likes to mold itself in the theme of America's Most Wanted. We try to reunite the missing. We try to locate fugitives. We have done so / Missing Kids TV. You can find me on Spreaker, obviously, at Spreaker.com /user / Missing Kids TV. I'm on Tout. I'm on Twitter at MKTV Tweets. I'm all over the place. Just Google me. You can find me. I am. If you're a long time listener, I would like to say thank you. For being there for me, and for sticking through it. This I'm going to break one of my cardinal rules, and I'm going to say that this particular show, in my opinion, is not going to be up to par. In my opinion, you should never ever go on the air and say that your show is not good. But in this particular case, I'm going to say that. Only because I have been so busy working on so many cases that I have not given this particular episode enough time. But it's been 9 days since in the past. We have received many tips, and we have brought many people to justice, and we have reunited people. I have personally reunited people and brought them home. What makes me qualified to be the host of MKTV? I am a former crisis line operator. I have been doing this for well over 5 years now. I'm in so many different places all over the web. You can Google Missing Kids TV, find out some of the projects that I've done over the many years. That, in my opinion, cements my legacy, so to speak, as a advocate here. So I'm not just some flash in the pan. I have a proven track record here. So with that being said, where can you find me? You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com / Missing Kids TV. You can find me on YouTube, where I am streaming live right now at youtube.com Welcome to Missing Kids TV. This is episode number 60, 60, the big 60. For many of you, this